Alright, so we're doing Minecraft Lovehunt again. I don't know why, but we are. I looked into it a little bit. Supposedly there's like 9 different endings. And I don't even know if you can count what I got the first time as an ending. So we're gonna go full attention to George and ignore everyone else this time around. "8:59 p.m. You stretched in your seat, in the process of getting ready for a match of Hypixel with your friends, when you've gotten a notification on your phone. It was an alert from Twitch. Your favorite streamers are online." You know what, I don't think I need to read all of this. I think we could just skip. We pretty well know what happened, and if you don't, we could do a refresher.
I don't know.
Alright. I am Snappy.
Hello.
Okay. Full George attention. No one else. You decided to walk towards the path George had taken, one leading deeper into the forest biome. Snappy! So you decided to catch up with me. You nodded as you went to the opposite side of the tree he was getting materials from, starting to break it down. I'm so glad you went with me. This way we could get more supplies a lot faster. You smiled at him as you went to another tree to gather more materials. After a bit of silence passed between you two, George spoke up once more. "So, you play Minecraft. I'm pretty sure you know of us." Funny you say that. I've heard of you. I do not know you. Is there anything you like to do in particular that got you into it? So, I'm quite interested in coding, actually. I just happen to like the game. Or, let's just focus on getting more wood. I mean, really, I did just kind of stumble across Minecraft once upon a time, so... Your friends have simply showed you the game, and you found yourself interested in the various mini-games you could play with them. Pretty accurate, actually, except I didn't have friends when I found Minecraft. The summer wouldn't be as exciting if it meant not hanging out with them for most of it. Yeah, especially when you have friends to mess around with, too. Without those two, I wouldn't know where I'd be. You can hear the fondness in his voice, and looked at him from where you stood. He looked back at you with an easy smile on his face. Once you feel like the amount of materials you've gotten was enough, you peer back and see George waiting for you to finish up. "Let's head back, yeah?" You nodded as you both make your way back when Sapnap had called out. "Guys, I found a ruined portal!" We gotta stay consistent with my horrible, horrible voice acting. The both of your heads snapped towards the direction of where Sapnap's voice resonated and bounded over to his area. We bound a lot in this game, don't we? Nice find! As everyone reunited, they had huddled around the ruined portal, and we saw all this. And I believe we saw this scene too, so we're just gonna skip ahead. And more skipping. I'm gonna say it takes my mind off of some things. Some things take too much of a toll in the real world, so you turn to the compiled pages and immerse yourself into it. George nods along. Things can get out of hand, don't they? If you'd like, I'll give you some recommendations once we're out of here. Dream and Sapnap aren't exactly into the genres I like, so maybe you'd like them. You smiled at him, and he smiled back. Alright, and we saw this too. Follow George. And we saw this. Let's actually be nice to my friends, for once. They mean the world to me. You smile as you thought of your friend group. They always knew how to brighten up your day when it gets too much. You would do anything it takes to make them just as happy. George smiles at this. And he's sparkling at us again. I feel the exact same. I'd give them everything I have if it meant having smiles on their faces too. You can hear the fondness dripping from his voice. The other two seem to be very dear to him, you concluded. Let's head back. And skip. Alright. I don't need to read this. We could just skip it. And we could skip this. Let's check up on George this time. You slowed your pace down to match with George's, who was situated on the very end of your little line of follow the leader. The colorblind male had been munching on his share of bread, effectively replenishing his health. He nods as he swallows his recent bite. I'm all good, Snappy. Thanks for asking. Do you need anything? The only food I've seen you wield was the gapple from way earlier. You shook your head, letting him know that you have your own stash of foods. A little bit of silence filled the space between you two before George spoke up this time. So, do you have any questions, like, in general? I just figured that since you've been with us the entire time, might as well get to know each other a bit more. Ooh. What else would you like to do outside of this? I'm not really interested in talking, or what even got you guys into this mess? You know what? I'm curious if he knows. It was a question that had stayed in your mind ever since you fell into the realm. How did all of this even start? George seemed to not anticipate this question, since his cheeks and ears were tinged with rosy pink. Why is he blushing? What? About that. What did you do? What did you do? It was kind of my fault. It was an error in the code that we were trying out right then. I activated it before Dream told me to, just to check if it would work properly. And all of a sudden, we woke up in this world. Why am I here then? I don't even know you people! Maybe I shouldn't have tested it. He sheepishly answered, regret lacing his voice. You reassure him that whatever he had done wasn't his fault. This is obviously his fault. I don't know what you're talking about. It was just a weird glitch in the system that had transported all of you into the game. No person can actually pull that off intentionally. George looks at you properly before giving you a small smile as he understood your intentions. He thanks you, but his voice was as low as a whisper. Alright, so we figured out why we're here now. Okay, since we're actually trying to be nice to him this time, we'll say, I like you too. Oh! He smiles sweetly at you. I'm glad the feelings are mutual. You feel a slight blush rise to your cheeks as he affirmed your growing feelings towards him. He hops off the chest. Let's head back. Alright, give us some words of encouragement, George. When George meets your gaze, his face was slightly tinted pink. Me? You want me to... All three of you had simply encouraged him with smiles on your faces. George sighs, shaking his head a bit before looking back at you all with a smile of his own. Alright then. I know most of this was my fault, but there's no time to dwell on that now. What matters is that we're close to what's probably the solution, and that we'll all be able to escape this realm and return back home. And skip some more. Alright. Snappy! We're about to die again! You froze up and shut your eyes tight as you braced yourself for what was about to happen. You heard the noise of a hit. You didn't feel any pain. You opened your eyes and saw... George, who had his bow up, and fired his last arrow at the dragon that had been only one hit away. The dragon screeches as it levitates up, light protruding its body as it slowly disintegrates into specks of particles and EXP points. And right then, a sound effect echoes about from George himself. George Not Found has made the advancement, free the end. Everything was silent before all three of them began to whoop loudly. Oh my god, George, you did it! Yeah, that's our boy! George was then lifted into the air by the two, the male himself laughing loudly as they all cheered. After a whole while of being stunned, you let out your share of giggles. The boys turned around as they heard you laugh. Their faces softened as they lowered the older male down, approaching you. Dream and Sapnap helped you up to your feet, and George passes you the golden apple you dropped. Be careful with your things next time, okay, Snappy? He smiles at you as you nodded, your face flushing at your clumsiness last minute that had caused you to be endangered in the first place. You muttered a small thanks whilst proceeding to nibble at the fruit, to which his smile grew sweeter at. Alright, let's go home, guys. Dream hollers out. Sapnap approaches him, slinging his arm around him in some weird side hug. They both laughed as they made their way towards the middle. You, on the other hand, had taken slow strides beside George. He seemed to have noticed that you felt nervous. Hey, it'll be okay. We'll be back home once we enter the portal. His tone was soft, comforting. You were thankful for him understanding your feelings as you both made your way to the portal. You all stared down at the black, swirling vortex, with particles swirling around, mixing with hints of teal. On three? On three, my dude. Everyone grinned at him. 1, 2, 3! You woke up on your bedroom floor, clutching at your throbbing head. It seemed that you had fallen over your chair. You hear your phone buzzing from your desk. Groaning, you crawled over to check what your notifications were going off for. For the first few spams, it had been from your friends as you were apparently late for your Hypixel game together with them. The most recent one was... George Not Found went live, fixing my chair. So fun fact, it was cut out of the first video, but while I was recording the first video, a bolt fell out of my chair, and I almost fell out of my chair. So, this is strange. George Not Found. George. Minecraft. The Realm. You quickly pressed on the notification, the stream's audio booming out of your phone's speakers. Sorry, guys! I know we were supposed to be doing a Minecraft challenge right now, but our connections did some sort of blip, and now my chair is wrecked. The chat roars in laughter, finding it hilarious that he had fallen off of his chair to the point of breaking it. Wow, chat. You guys aren't feeling nice tonight, huh? Your heartbeat rising, you impulsively sent a dono to try and catch his attention. He stops holding the pieces that belonged to his chair to check the donation. Okay, who just donoed thank you for the- Oh. Hold on. Who just donoed thank you for the dono? You think you're so funny, huh? George stopped himself when he had read your username. Snappy? Hold on, DM me on Twitter. Do you have the same user? You had to be quick. You knew how fast people can be at taking names and usernames and impersonating people. You immediately transferred to Twitter, the stream turning into a picture-in-picture form and situating itself at the bottom corner of your phone, and sent him a message. George! It's me! Do you remember everything? The Minecraft realm, the library, the Ender Dragon? Your heart rate picks up as you anxiously wait for a response. You hope you were quick enough. You heard his quick typing noises from his stream as the chat zoomed by with your name combined with a bunch of question marks, asking who you were. And then, suddenly, someone joined the call. Dream? George, what the hell are you doing? It's Snappy! What do you mean it's Snappy? Mute your mic on stream, you idiot! The audio from both Dream and George's mic have been silenced. And then suddenly, you have a notification beep from Twitter. Hey! I remember you, Snappy. Sinister smiley face. He's glittering at me through the phone. He's glittering at me through the phone. Oh my god. Do you want to hang out on MC later, after I fix my chair? Maybe do a challenge and record it? You hesitated, remembering what he had said. Immediately, he added another response. I'll proofread the code this time, don't worry. You better. I'll do 2. 3 times. I'll even get Dream and Sapnap to do it. You let out an amused chuckle as you typed in a reply. It's okay, George. Of course I'll play with you after your stream, sinister smiley face. Oh! Oh, cool! Okay, cool! Can't wait, sinister smiley face. You smiled so widely that your eyes shut, bringing your phone close to your chest. You can't wait for the challenge. George, platonic end. Minecraft, but you were found. Oh! Oh, it's you again! Who even... A new player! Interesting. I'm not a new player! Is this all the same? Yeah, okay, it's all the same. So that was, George's platonic ending, I guess. I wonder how we get the romantic ending. Maybe we will try that next. Okay, I have returned with a renewed vigor. I am going to romance George if it is the last thing I do.
I don't know.
He will love me. And I will accept nothing less. We'll lie and say that we're interested in coding because... Okay. You haven't exactly had any experience in doing it, per se, but you would like to tackle it someday. And Minecraft seemed like a good start for you. A blank slate for different mods you could create. Coding, huh? Cool. Maybe once we're out of here, I could try teaching you the basics. I know quite a lot about it. Hearing him sound so excited, it makes you look forward to getting out of here together even more. You bit your lip in an attempt to fight the flush that had tried to rise to your cheeks. Once you feel like the amount of materials you've gotten was enough, you peer back and see George waiting for you to finish up. And we saw the rest of this. Alright. I enjoy reading a lot. Yes, I love my friends if it means you will love me. Talk to me, George. We'll actually ask a not pressing question, I guess. You now knew that he likes coding and reading books. Maybe there's more that he'd like to do. George blinked for a second before humming in thought. Something I like to do other than the ones I've told you? Well, I'm quite into chess. Nerd. I play it from time to time with the other two. You nodded your head. Interesting. It wasn't really a game you were too interested in. It fascinates you when you watch people play, but the mechanics are quite confusing. Very true. He notices this, and he lets out the softest laughter. Haha, if you aren't into it, that's okay. But if you really want to learn it, I could teach you. Maybe even have a little chess date, if you'd like that. Yes, you are so in love with me. His cheeks tint pink, and you bashfully smiled back. You'll have to keep that offer in mind. Everyone stopped walking when Dream halted in his tracks, and we're going to skip more. I like you too. Encourage us. Alright, let's see if we did it. You froze up and shut your eyes tight as you braced yourself for what was about to happen. You heard the noise of a hit. You didn't feel any pain. You opened your eyes and saw George, who had his bow up and fired his last arrow at the dragon that had been only one hit away. The dragon screeches as it levitates up, light protruding its body as it slowly disintegrates into specks of particles and EXP points. And right then, a sound effect echoes about from George himself. George Not Found has made the advancement, free the end. Everything was silent before all three of them began to whoop loudly. Oh my god, George, you did it! Yeah, that's our boy! George was then lifted into the air by the two, the male himself laughing loudly as they all cheered. After a whole while of being stunned, you let out your share of giggles. The boys turned around as they heard you laugh. The two childhood friends had glanced at each other with a glint of mischief in their eyes, before running towards you with George still on their shoulders. Whoa, guys, let me down! The two had simply laughed at him before letting him get off as they stopped right in front of you. Dream helped you to your feet, giving you the golden apple you dropped to heal up. You nodded at him in thanks, feeling a whole lot better as you took a bite out of it, and turned to see Sapnap pushing a blushing George towards you. When he was right in front of you, you had simply thanked him for being brave and saving your life. I'm really glad you're okay, Snappy. Just say you love me already. I know you love me. I'm such a catch. He wasn't one who can easily convey his emotions through words, you figured. You gave out a soft laugh as you cupped his cheek, letting him have a bite of your golden apple. Oh! Thanks, Snappy. Dream laughed at the exchange, his hands on his stomach as he cackled. Don't laugh at us! We're adorable! You wish you were George! George sent him a glare, going to the point of even rolling his eyes at the male's reaction towards you two. Alright, you two are cute, we get it. Come on, let's go home. You nodded, and all four of you had walked up to the middle. Dream and Sapnap had hugged each other sideways as they made their way to the portal, their antics making you stifle a small giggle. You hoped that once you all jump in, you will all, 1, be able to come back home safely, and 2, remember everything that had happened. You were so nervous, but this was so far your only choice, to jump into the unknown. You felt someone grab a hold of your hand. Your gaze trailed from the portal to see that it was George himself. He had a soft, reassuring smile on his face as he squeezed your hand. You were sure that he was nervous too. On 3? Everyone grinned at him. 1, 2, 3! You woke up on your bedroom floor, clutching at your throbbing head. It seemed that you had fallen over your chair. You hear your phone buzzing from your desk. Groaning, you crawled over to check what your notifications were going off for. For the first few spams, it had been from your friends as you were apparently late for your Hypixel game together with them. The most recent one was George Not Found went live, fixing my chair. George Not Found. George. Minecraft. The Realm. You quickly pressed on the notification, the stream's audio booming out of your phone's speakers. Sorry, guys! I know we were supposed to be doing a Minecraft challenge right now, but our connection did some sort of blip, and now my chair is wrecked. The chat roars in laughter, finding it hilarious that he had fallen off of his chair to the point of breaking it. Wow, chat, you guys aren't feeling nice tonight, huh? Your heartbeat rising, you impulsively send a dono to try and catch his attention. He stops holding the pieces that belong to his chair to check the donation. Okay, who just donoed thank you for the dono? You get the point. George stopped himself when he had read your username. Snappy? Hold on, DM me on Twitter. Do you have the same user? You had to be quick. You knew how fast people can be at taking names and usernames and impersonating people. You immediately transferred to Twitter, the stream turning into a picture-in-picture form and situating itself at the bottom corner of your phone, and sent him a message. George! It's me! Do you remember everything? The Minecraft realm, the library, the golden apple? Your heart rate picks up as you anxiously wait for a response. You hope you were quick enough. You heard his quick typing noises from his stream as the chat zoomed by with your name combined with a bunch of question marks asking who you were. And then, suddenly, someone joined the call. Dream! George, what the hell are you doing? It's Snappy! What do you mean it's Snappy? Mute your mic on stream, you idiot! The audio from both Dream and George's mics had been silenced. And then suddenly, you have a notification beep from Twitter. Snappy! Of course I remember, sinister smiley face. Dream's helping me book a flight for you right now. Excuse me? Dream's helping me book a flight for you right now. Would next week be okay? You flushed. Already? But it wasn't as if you didn't want to be by his side. You already missed being next to him. We spent like 2 days together. This is moving way too fast. The next message came in, and it was like you both had a connected brain cell. Wait. Oh my god. Wait. Was that too quick? Do we have a connected brain cell? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. George, it's okay. I'm free, so it's okay. Sinister smiley face. Ellipses. Is this real? Oh my god. Wait, please don't look at my stream for like 5 seconds. Huh. Curiously, you peeked at the stream window on the bottom corner. George was jumping around in happiness, arms in the air, before returning back to the mic, seemingly telling the other male of your decision. You laughed to yourself, your cheeks hurting from how much you were smiling that entire time. You couldn't wait to see him again. And we got the romantic ending! So, there's a romantic ending and a platonic ending, but there are also some choices that seem like he wouldn't be too happy with them, so I wonder if we could make George, like, actually hate us. I think that would be very fun. So we're gonna try that next. Alright, it is time to make him hate us, if at all possible.
I don't know.
Because if there's one thing I know how to do, it is make people love me, or make people hate me.
Hello.
Let's just focus on getting some more wood. Stop trying to talk to me. You'd rather focus on the task at hand rather than to participate in small talk. Besides, It'd mean that you could get back to the real world quicker the faster everyone reunites after this. Ellipses indeed. I am not in the mood for this anymore. Not much of a talker, hmm? You are not the first person to say that, but you will be the last. I mean, you won't be the... You're gonna regret saying that to me. This is what I'm trying to say, I think. You paid him no mind as you continue to obtain more wood. Once you feel like the amount of materials you've gotten was enough, you peer back to see George waiting for you to finish up. Let us head back. Might not like talking to you, but I will still save you from death. Hey, guess what? I don't like books. They're boring. You just can't seem to get into what people like about novels. They're just pieces of papers with some made-up story stringed along into it. George seemed to frown at this, but when you took a proper look at him, traces of the negative expression had faded in mere seconds. Yeah, I think they're stupid too. Don't do that. Don't be that way. I'm the one who's being mean. Don't act like I'm not being mean. He sounded as if he were biting something back. You wanted to pry, but decided against it. My friends are fine. And we've already seen this. Any injuries, George, other than the emotional ones that I have dealt to you over this adventure? No, never mind. I don't want to talk to you. George looked crestfallen at your response. He had thought that you two were getting along just fine. Why did he think that? I have said nothing but things he does not agree with this entire time. Oh. Sorry, I must have assumed. I'll drop it. You look away, feeling awkward. Wow, that was very awkward, yeah. You, sir, are okay. George sighs in relief. I'm glad you aren't exactly annoyed with me or anything. He hops off the chest. That's it? Oh my god, okay. Oh. Does he hate us? Does he hate us this time? Okay. You opened your eyes and saw... George. He had a smile on his face, but his teeth were clenched. Did we kill George? You let out a breath as you glanced up at his health bar. No. Oh my god, we killed George! Oh my god. The remaining heart in his health bar had begun to flash white before disappearing altogether. You caught him as he fell forward, right into your arms. You held him as closely as you can. He felt so light. You notice that there are specks of colors appearing around him. They were pixels. He was disappearing into the tiniest of particles. George! Oh my god, we got George killed! Dream exclaimed before landing a final hit onto the dragon. It lets out a screech as it levitates up, light protruding its body as it slowly disintegrates into specks of particles and EXP points. Sapnap had immediately ran to your side. George? George, stay with us. Don't screw around. George only lets out a weak giggle, his body beginning to glitch out as he tries to poke Sapnap's cheek lightheartedly. Dream hurries to your area, holding his other hand. Come on, guys. It was better me than any one of you. I wouldn't want you having to experience any of this. George, stop being an idiot for once! You began to tear up, whilst both the Dream and Sapnap had begun to weep for their best friend. Stop fooling around, George! You're coming with us. You're coming with us. Just shut up and come through the portal by our side. Hey, guys, you all look way better with smiles on your faces. Let's try that, yeah? Smile for me? Dream lets out a sob, and Sapnap could only sniffle, but the two of them tried their hardest to give George what he wanted. They always did. They let out the best smile they could ever muster. George grins back. I knew I could always count on you two. He then turns to you. Snappy, I'm sorry to have annoyed or burdened you in any way, but I have only one last request for you. Could you please take care of these two for me? Before you could even give him a response, his body collapses into thin air. The last thing you saw was a pleased smile on his face. Dream and Sapnap had simultaneously let out loud wails as they began to lower themselves to the ground where their best friend used to be. You sat there, motionless, and unable to properly comprehend what had just happened. Yeah, me too! Oh my god! You feel numb, but you also began to shed your own share of tears. All three of you had stayed there a bit longer, allowing yourselves to grieve for a while longer. After a few moments, Dream took a shaky stance up whilst wiping the tears away from his face. He reaches out to both you and Sapnap to help you both up to your feet. Come on. We have to go. He keeps his grip on both your sleeves and Sapnap's as he leads all three of you to the exit portal. It was silent as he pulls the both of you into the vortex. You woke up on your bedroom floor, clutching at your throbbing head. It seemed that you had fallen over your chair. You hear your phone buzzing from your desk. Groaning, you crawled over to check what your notifications were going off for. For the first few spams, it had been from your friends, as you were apparently late from your Hypixel game together with them. The most recent one was... Dream was taken wet live. My chair broke. Oh no. Huh. You tapped on the notification and tuned into the stream. Sapnap, stop laughing! I didn't laugh at you when you screwed your chair up. Sapnap lets out a cackle. It sounded like he was laughing so hard to the point where he had to clutch at his stomach. But I wasn't a moron who not only accidentally disconnected his Wi-Fi, but also leaned back to the point of breaking his own chair. The Texan continued to poke fun at his friend. Dream lets out a scoff. Whatever, Sapnap. Chat, we're delaying the challenge. Me and Sapnap coded for a bit. I don't have anything else to sit on. You let out a chuckle at their interactions. Their chemistry with each other as a duo had always been entertaining. Though, you feel like something was missing here. Is George not found? Oh, yeah. Your Hypixel game. You should really get back online. George, bad end, 404. Oh my god! Oh my god, we killed him! I just wanted him to hate us, I didn't want him to die for us! Wow. I guess that's as good a place as any to end this. Yeah, next time we'll be killing Sapnap, I guess.